The Mid-Island Métis Nation was fortunate this year to have applied for and received a grant from the New Horizons for Seniors program that runs across Canada. It's funded by Service Canada, and our grant application and program was called Seniors Improvement and Seniors Involvement. And there were a number of goals that we had in place wanting to attain throughout the program. Doing some workshops, putting some booklets together, some cultural booklets. And we were fortunate enough to have Robin Owens, a young Métis woman from the Duncan area. She managed to accomplish 10 booklets with an incredible amount of information. And of course then we can attest to the documentation and the accuracy then within that. And throughout the program we have so far hosted 12 workshops around it, 10 of the 10 cultural topics. Work with the elders and seniors, gain all of the knowledge that they have regarding their own culture and how they share it and the different things that they use to share that knowledge. And then put it down in a booklet form. So we could use that then to train other seniors and even youth about their own culture and do some serious research. So we had that background as well. Many of our elders and seniors come from what they've learned. And depending on where you come from, what you learn is quite different from what others learn. So to try and bring it together holistically, so we had some actual written history documentation as well as the experiences, and tie them together and really allow the seniors and the youth to learn how to share it beneficially without offending others that may have learned something different. One of the things that's really interesting is the confidence that many of the seniors have gained just by having the booklet in their hand to go home and further learn more during our discussions as groups at the workshops. That's gained for them aspects that they would not have been able to do on their own. The Aboriginal population in Nanaimo is quite large. The estimates are anywhere from 6 to 10,000 of us, and the Métis make up a third of that. And that's only those that have come forward and self-identified. So you can imagine the variety of stories regarding our culture that certainly surface when you do these workshops, and it's a very safe setting, and so a lot of things may be discussed that wouldn't have been in a much larger group or in a different setting.
When we started, Joy and I sat down and decided there would be 10 booklets, and we spent some time thinking about what are the different aspects of Métis culture that we would like to share. The sash, food, clothing, housing, transportation, language, bison hunt, art, entertainment, music and dance. So we chose the 10 topics. So then I went home and started doing some research, and some of the information just comes from knowledge I already had. A lot of it was time spent talking to people, doing research on the internet, reading books, and then deciding what parts of that information to include, which was often the hardest part. The initial goal was to develop them in order to help particularly seniors and youth have more knowledge about the culture in order to be able to go out into schools and share on cultural days, things. But it's also developed into a sharing tool for the community. A lot of people feel disconnected from the culture, feel like maybe they don't have as much knowledge as they would like, or they just would like to hear a different perspective. And so we want to share with those people as well. I hope that people have learned a lot from it, and I think what really surprised me was that at one of our last sessions, Stella Johnson, who is one of the elders in the community, said to me that she hadn't come to some of the earlier sessions because she didn't feel it was for her, because she does have a strong knowledge of the culture, but she was surprised at how much she enjoyed having the conversations with people, reading the books, and learning a few new things that maybe she didn't know. And so that was kind of a nice moment to realize that they can be for anybody, really, whether you know the culture already or not.